So the next thing is thinking about workload. So what is your workload? How are you going to manage your horse going into a competition? And you need to be again a bit smart with these older horses to ensure that you have a horse and you have longevity, because they've only got a certain number of strides before we sort of get issues, and at some point then you have to drop them down a level again, and that can be frustrating. So each horse is an individual. I'm a big believer exercise is good for horses. So some of these older horses actually benefit from five days a week work to keep them moving. We're lucky in Australia. Most of our horses are managed outside, so they're not standing in boxes like in Europe. So that's really beneficial, and that can really help. The movement's really good. But you need to sort of work out the plan. I'm a great believer in writing things down and working out your plan heading into a competition. So you say you're competing Saturday, Sunday, you want to get the thing there. You're probably going to, realistically, whether it's your show jumping or your eventing or your dressage, you're going to have a lesson the week leading up. Ideally, that shouldn't be too close. So you want to be able to maybe have it on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. And then the next day you're probably just going to have a walk and a trot and a really light day, and the Friday the same as well. It's all about trying to get the horses into the competition as the best possible shape you can. In racing, we sort of, and I come back a little bit to racing because we sort of see a lot of that in the management, that it's sometimes better to have a horse 90% fit and 100% happy than 100% fit and usually they're only about 80% happy. So if you can just keep them moving, often they don't get above themselves and they can be managed a little bit easier heading into competition. So that's really important, and that is something I'm well aware of, that you have to manage those horses so that they're rideable. That's very important. We've all been there. Those horses get real hot and stupid, and you have to sort of pile in the work. You really want to try and avoid that. So that's why I am a believer of sort of, that even if it's a walk, trot, and canter, it's only 15 minutes. It's often enough just to keep a lid on things and keep everyone mobile and feeling comfortable with how they're going into a competition. And then if you can sort of manage them in, and you can manage the competition schedule, and that'll work well. So I think that's a big help to do that there with those horses. The next way, if day to day management and week to week, if you're not competing, well then you have to be sort of sensible about what you're doing, and I'm sort of coming around to the idea that you probably need to sit and write down a riding plan. Sounds a bit serious and a bit businesslike, but it's a riding plan to sort of, so you know exactly what's going on and where you're going and what you're working on that day. So different disciplines have different things you'll be practicing. So your show jumping, you don't want to be you don't want to be jumping every day, of course not. But maybe it's one day a week jumping and one day a week grids. And equally, I remember trying to get back into riding. I find a great way, even just for stride length, and it's not hard on horses at all. Getting your eye to a jump, it can often be the hardest bit. I find that there, I sort of lost my eyes a lot. And so even pulls on the ground around the arena can still allow you as a rider to practice getting to the bottom of the fence and getting the right stride, and equally lengthening and shortening without actually leaving the ground. The horse, you're not putting excessive pressure on the horse riding that there. And it's the same in dressage, you walk, trot, and canter, just get that correct and get that proper, and ride a pre-novice level, a prelim level. So those are all things you can do without even getting into the management and the veterinary management, drugs wise and stuff like that there, because each horse will be individual. And then you consider what preventative treatment or what management treatment. And I think when you're using your pentazans and your hyaluronic acids for these older horses, you're not really preventative, you're actually managing the condition. So you've got to sort of manage what you've got going on and consider where you're going. So yeah, look up. It's a big topic. It's a topic I'm quite passionate about. The management of performance horses, these older horses, because I think they provide unbelievable happiness to riders, especially the amateurs, amateur owners. I think they're fabulous. They really are. But you've got to be a little bit smart how you manage them. it's not as like you can go out and train every day. It's different when you've got a 6-year-old, 7-year-old that's in his prime and really pumping through it. You have to think at a different level and sort of manage them on a different level. So it is something that I think they're great for the sport. Absolutely fabulous. A good schoolmaster is absolutely priceless. And some of these older horses, you know, they do carry low grade lameness and they still compete and they still put their heart in every day. But I think you have to, as a rider, manage that so you don't turn them sour. So, you know, backing off the work and really thinking about it. You know, you're still riding every day, but you're actually just thinking about what you're doing. So, you know, breaking down the movements. What are you working on? Where's the weakness? Where can you improve your training, basically, rather than the horses, just to make everything work. So, interesting topic. Really interested in anyone's thoughts on this. I will try and cover joint products. People keep asking me, it's such a big topic. I will try and do that there later in the week, and hope you have a good week. Enjoy the Melbourne spring.